Hi everyone, this is Laura Campagna, the Wednesday Witch, and I'm here with your tarot forecast for Capricorn season. So this is much more focused on the Capricorn New Moon, which peaks on January 11th. And the new year had a little bit of a slow start due to Mercury stationing direct on New Year's Day. So there's never a lot of momentum happening in that moment of stillness, but there is now this big initiation at the Capricorn new moon. Mars is in Capricorn, which is like a tremendous amount of motivation and power pushing us in the direction of getting things done and really kind of making things happen for ourselves in the first couple months of the year. And Mars is in this like beautiful trine with Jupiter in Taurus, who has also stationed direct. So there's just a lot of power in earth signs, and Capricorn is about the foundations and the bones. And we've dug into our life purpose pretty deeply over the last couple years with several Mercury retrogrades in Capricorn. And Saturn has moved into Pisces. So rather than when Saturn was in its own signs and it's really just going after structure and responsibility and systems, Saturn in Pisces is much more about mysticism and art and healing and magic and that soulful, compassionate connection of love. So our first card is the Magician, which is one of my favorite cards because the Magician is really thinking about, okay, if you can see it, you can be it. And that inspiration, that spark, that's definitely going to be a big part of what we want to pay attention to this year, especially after Jupiter moves into Gemini in May. But right now, we're encouraged during Capricorn season to think about what is the tangible, realistic, practical progress I can make from now until the equinox on March 19th. So the Magician wants you to feel inspired, wants you to think about creative solutions, and dreams are really, really important right now. So paying attention to what your subconscious is processing through your dream time and space, what ancestors are contacting you, all of that kind of, those experiences are going to be amplified when Jupiter goes into Gemini because the air signs have such a unique relationship with the astral realm. But for right now, we want to really think about where can I align and focus so that I can make the most of the first couple months of the year, which have a certain amount of stability that the rest of the year doesn't have in the same way. So, that's kind of where we're emerging from, and where we are right now is the King of Wands. And the King of Wands knows that passion is essential, and we are going to be having Mercury retrograde in fire signs all through 2024. So there is this moving from the earth cycle into the fire cycle with Mercury retrograde, but they are bridging for some of it. And so it's not just about what we do and how we do it. It's also about why we do it. What are you inspired to do right now? And that passion, that initiation, that spark, that's what gets us out of bed. That's what makes life joyful and exciting. And that is an essential part of living a life that feels meaningful and fulfilling. So our challenge is reconsidering, this is the Page of Pentacles, so reconsidering the way we spend our time and our money and thinking about, are things in alignment? Do I feel satisfied with what I'm doing? Do I feel well compensated? And we've gotten a lot of information over the last year about all of that with the Mercury retrograde in earth signs and also the Venus retrograde in Leo. And now Mercury is re-entering Capricorn on January 13th. And we'll kind of spend the rest of the month just, really integrating these lessons. So if there's a way that you feel called to shift, professionally, who you spend your time with, how you are, what you're giving and what you're receiving. All of that is very much what we're meant to be working on at this Capricorn new moon and for the rest of the month. So the final outcome is the Four of Pentacles, which is very Capricorn. It's about saving, it's about our relationship to our resources. And, do you have long-term goals, and are you on track to actually meeting them? Or are they just pipe dreams? Are they just fantasy that you kind of indulge in? Saturn in Pisces wants us to believe and is going to help us to kind of envision and imagine new possibilities that we previously might have not actually considered. But there's also, are things in alignment to happen. And so the Four of Pentacles wants us to just make like diligent, consistent, slow and steady progress. This is not, Capricorn is the real long haul. It's the 30-year stretch. So there's no rush. There's absolutely no rush. Mars in Capricorn is ensuring we're going to get things done. So do it well and do it with quality. Because Capricorn is the quality control agent of the zodiac. And your bonus card is the Temperance card. Okay, so beautiful. Such a favorite of mine. The Temperance card is about emotional healing and spiritual transformation, and also really rooting into where you're planted. Where do you actually live? What do you invest in your community? What do you invest in yourself? And also, what do you need to refine, to elevate, to eliminate in order to have a more elevated experience for yourself or people that you care about in your community? So the Temperance card has this kind of angelic quality, and we really need that sense of, angels are beings of pure light and love who are in total service and oneness and surrender with divinity. There's that absolute trust and absolute love and just that complete acceptance for how things are. So definitely tap into all of that really beautiful Jupiterian energy as much as you can over this next month. Have compassion for yourself. Don't worry if you get tripped up. All of that's inevitabilities. And when we take the long view, we don't see those things as problems or mistakes. We see them as part of the, the beautiful journey that we're on. So that's what I have for you. If you're wondering how this is landing for you in particular, please book a reading through my website, lauracampagnastrology.com. My books are open through February, and I hope you all have a very beautiful Capricorn new moon.